I was at this conference yesterday, and it's a business conference here, or a workshop, and you're basically trying to figure out your why behind the goals that you're setting. And so the speaker challenged us to go down 7 layers, asking why to the same exact goal that you were setting. And basically how it worked was you would go ahead and say, I want to make 6 figures. And you would say, why do you want to make 6 figures? Well, I want to make 6 figures because I'm going to provide for my family and blah, 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 blah. And I want to be a great husband, great father. And for most of the audience, I'm sure you're a lot younger. So if I want to make 6 figures, man, I just want to live the lifestyle. I want to drive fancy cars and be able to live well. Okay, why do you want to live well? Then you spit it back into the second why. Why this? Well, I want to not be seen as somebody who is poor. I care about the opinions of man. Okay, why? If that's your answer, then why do you care about that? Well, I care about the opinions of man because I am insecure. Really, that's what it comes down to, is insecurity. So you can see how this very quickly becomes something that, like, I was using that as an example. Obviously, that there's some of that stuff that does personally relate to me as well. But like, that's, I set one of my goals for 2026. And I was like, okay, I'll try this out, see where it takes me. And now it's taking me to making a video like this. The reason why the word why is such an amazing question to ask is because it gets down to the heart that is so deceitful sometimes. Sometimes it's so deceitful, and it gets down to the heart that only you and God can really see. Only you and God can really know where your heart's at. It's such an intimate part of your being because it's only between you and God. And I think this is part of what I'm realizing is because the issue of the heart, the issues of the heart are so deep and they're so vast, ultimately it's only between you and God, and ultimately that is the relationship that God is after. He's after your heart. And so as you ask why, really what you're doing is chasing either a relationship with God or a relationship without God. And that's a scary thought. That's a scary thought if you are not surrendered before God. If you keep asking why, you're going to figure it out, and ultimately it's going to either be pride or idolatry or something along those lines. It's a scary idea to ask why to every single motive that you have, and it's so powerful, and it's really uncomfortable. And you need God in order to pursue God. And what I'm realizing today, right now, is that I have so much more discipleship to Christ, so much more adventures to take with him, so many more things to lay at his feet and follow him in. And it's painful and it's awesome at the same time. It's a process of continual healing. It's a process of continual deep discipleship. Deep discipleship, I heard at Passion, I think, this week, is not optional. Deep discipleship is not optional when it comes to following Jesus. When you're called to take up your cross and follow him, it's a call to die to any previous desires that you had. Just like Jesus submitted to the Father's will, you also are to submit to God's will for your life. If we go against that, literally, if we miss the mark on what God says, because if God's words are true, if we go against what is true, we're missing the mark, and that is sin. And it's going to result in a lot of bad consequences that we never wanted in the first place.